Cedra Chain Dex journey is not the end. Launching a tokenized digital startup is only the beginning of global adoption by Satoshi Guy. In today's fast-evolving digital economy, the launch of a blockchain platform or decentralized exchange often creates excitement across the crypto community. Many participants view the launch as the moment when everything begins to deliver immediate results, whether in price growth, liquidity, or adoption. However, the reality of building a successful blockchain ecosystem is very different. The launch of a decentralized platform like the Sidra Chain Dex does not represent the final destination. Instead, it represents the starting line of a much longer and more important journey, the journey toward real global adoption. This is the stage where a tokenized digital startup begins transforming from a technological idea into a functioning global economic ecosystem. The rise of tokenized digital startups. Over the last decade, blockchain technology has introduced a completely new model for building companies. Traditional startups rely heavily on centralized infrastructure, banks, venture capital funding, and limited geographic markets. Blockchain-based startups, on the other hand, operate in decentralized environments where participation can come from anywhere in the world. This new model is often called a tokenized digital startup instead of shares and traditional ownership structures. These startups build ecosystems around digital assets, decentralized protocols, and community-driven growth. Projects built on advanced blockchain infrastructures like Cedra Chain represent this new generation of digital enterprises. They combine technology, digital economics, and real-world use cases to create scalable ecosystems capable of supporting global participation. Initiatives such as GLN Logistics, operating within the Sidra ecosystem, demonstrate how blockchain can expand beyond financial speculation and move toward practical real-world utility, but none of this happens instantly. Launching a platform is only the first stage. Within the Web3 space, there is often a misunderstanding that launching a token, a blockchain, or a decentralized exchange immediately unlocks its full value. From a real business perspective, the launch is simply the first stage of the growth cycle. When a platform like the Sidra Chain Dex goes live, several crucial processes begin simultaneously. First comes the onboarding of early adopters. These users are usually the pioneers who explore the ecosystem, test the platform's functionality, and provide the first layer of network activity. Next comes liquidity formation. For a decentralized exchange to function effectively, sufficient liquidity must be available to support trading, asset swaps, and market stability. After that comes ecosystem integration. Businesses, developers, and startups begin connecting their applications and services to the blockchain infrastructure. Then comes real market validation. This is when the technology is tested under real-world conditions, including high user activity, transaction loads, and economic interactions. Finally, there is the long process of building trust and credibility. Trust is the most valuable asset in any financial ecosystem. It cannot be launched or announced. It must be earned over time through transparency, reliability, and consistent development. Why adoption takes time? Global adoption does not happen overnight. Even the largest blockchain networks in the world took years to grow into the ecosystems they are today. Adoption requires several interconnected layers to develop. One of the most important is community expansion. A blockchain platform becomes stronger as more users, developers, and businesses participate in the network. Another key factor is real-world utility. When blockchain technology solves practical problems, such as logistics management, digital asset transfers, or financial accessibility, its value becomes clearer to the broader market. Education also plays a major role. Millions of people around the world are still learning about blockchain technology. As knowledge spreads, more individuals and organizations begin to explore decentralized platforms. This gradual process is what ultimately transforms a blockchain project from a niche technology into a global infrastructure. The role of Sidra Chain Dex in the ecosystem. The Sidra Chain Dex represents an important milestone within the broader Sidra ecosystem. A decentralized exchange is not simply a trading platform. It is a core infrastructure layer that enables economic activity across the network. Through the DEX, users can trade digital assets, access liquidity, and participate in decentralized financial services. More importantly, the DEX allows new projects built on Sidra Chain to introduce their tokens into the ecosystem. This means the DEX becomes the gateway for future innovation. Developers can launch decentralized applications, tokenized services, and digital startups that integrate directly with the Sidra blockchain economy. In this way, the DEX helps transform the network from a single platform into a multi-layered economic environment, tokenized infrastructure, and real-world applications. One of the most exciting developments within the Sidra ecosystem is the emergence of tokenized infrastructure projects. These projects combine blockchain technology with real-world industries such as logistics, trade supply chains, and digital services. GLN logistics is an example of this evolving model. Instead of relying on traditional centralized logistics systems, blockchain technology can introduce transparency, automation, and decentralized coordination into global supply chains. Transactions become traceable, processes become more efficient, and cross-border operations become easier. When these kinds of applications connect to decentralized exchanges, they create a powerful cycle of growth, and new users drive further ecosystem expansion. Building a global digital economy. The long-term vision behind platforms like Cedra Chain is not limited to cryptocurrency trading. The goal is to build a global digital economy where blockchain technology supports real-world business activities. In this environment, decentralized finance, logistics platforms, tokenized assets, and digital services can interact within the same ecosystem. The DEX acts as the economic engine that powers the system. But engines require fuel, and in blockchain ecosystems, that fuel is adoption. The more businesses, developers, and communities join the network, the stronger and more sustainable the ecosystem becomes. Patience is part of the journey. One of the most important lessons in the blockchain industry is patience. The development of a decentralized ecosystem is not a single event. It is an ongoing process that unfolds over years. Each milestone builds upon the previous one. The launch of a blockchain network is followed by the creation of infrastructure. Infrastructure enables applications. Applications attract users, users attract businesses, and businesses create economic activity. This is the cycle that eventually leads to large-scale adoption. Understanding this journey helps the community remain focused on long-term growth rather than short-term expectations. A new chapter for digital startups. The emergence of tokenized startups signals a transformation in how global businesses are created and scaled. Instead of relying solely on traditional funding models and centralized control, these new enterprises grow through decentralized networks and global participation. Blockchain platforms like Cedra Chain provide the foundation for this transformation. Projects such as GLN Logistics demonstrate how digital infrastructure can connect with real-world industries. And decentralized exchanges like the Sidra Chain Dex enable the economic interactions that power the ecosystem. But the most important truth remains simple. Launching the platform is not the end. It is the moment when the real journey begins. Conclusion. The Sidra Chain Dex launch represents a critical milestone, but it should be viewed as the beginning of a much larger process. Building a global blockchain ecosystem requires time, development, community participation, and real-world integration. As tokenized digital startups continue to emerge within the Cedra ecosystem, the network has the potential to expand into new industries, new markets, and new forms of digital economic activity. For early participants, this stage represents an opportunity to witness and contribute to the foundation of a growing, decentralized economy. The journey has just started, and the path toward global adoption is only beginning. Satoshi Gai,